All right. We saved something real special for the end of the show. Last time Peter and I presented this, people went crazy. It's that time of year, and if you're looking for the manicured look for your property, and you want something that is simple and easy to use, totally cordless, in fact, it only weighs about 5 pounds, then you need our EARTHWISE 24-volt string trimmer. These are fantastic. Thank you, Peter. Because, like I said, anybody can handle these. They're adjustable. They have an adjustable handle for comfort, adjustable cutting width, but I think what people love about it is that it automatically feeds the line to the trimmer, so you never have to deal with that. Here's what I love about it is that normally with a trimmer, you're tethered to a cord. This has no gas. There's no electricity. I'm good to go. I got my glasses on. Thank you, Meredith. This is, I believe, the only airing today, and I believe also it's on free shipping. Today's the day to buy it, and a 24-volt means you're going to get at least about 30 minutes worth of run time on this, which is usually plenty for people to be able to trim. I just think, Peter, this thing is brilliant. I love cordless.
Well, I just think right away, if you're listening just on your television and you hear the sound of that, I mean, I think right away you're thinking, how can that possibly be battery operated? Not only do you hear the sound of the power of it, but as Guy goes through that grass, I mean, that is there's almost no difference in my experience, Guy, between this super lightweight, completely cordless, battery-operated string trimmer than the gas-powered units I've had in the past, or even the electrics that we plug in. This is all that lithium-ion battery technology, 24-volt. I mean, the weight of this will amaze you, and you know, I think you'll pick it up and say, now, wait a minute, how can this possibly give you the kind of power that you want? But it will. I mean, you hear it as you fire that up. And then it has all the other features that you really want. There's no bump feed required. This is going to automatically feed that line, and you can have it in either an 11-inch or a 13-inch wide diameter. Then we have the guard right there, so you can it'll extend out to that guard, but you're not going to do any damage. There, I'll turn it that way. You're not going to do any damage to those flowers and plants. This is going to be perfect. And maybe the best part, Guy, we almost forgot about this. I can flip that up. I can turn this like that.
Yeah.
And so now it is an edger, completely cordless, battery-operated edger. We'll show you that as well. It does such a great job. I think, you know, when you first see this, you're surprised. You're thinking, how can it be that great and be battery operated? And it is. Well, it really is surprising how great this functions.
I went through 2 gas-powered trimmers until I decided, you know what, it's not worth it. And the problem was you have to mix the gas and the oil. They're like a chainsaw to start. They're very difficult. They're not very energy efficient because they run even while you're not using them. What you'll notice with the electric trimmer, it's power on demand. As soon as Peter pulls the trigger, and there's a little safety trigger on it, so it's good, so you don't have to worry about the kids. As soon as you pull that trigger, it activates it. It's funny, I use mine every bit as much as an edger. As I do, and I'll show that feature as I do as a trimmer.
I just moved back here to the deeper grass. I mean, look at the way it just powers through there. We talked about this last time, Guy. If you have a small area of grass, I mean, I would say you don't even need a lawnmower, the way you can really just get through this so quickly, so easily. I mean, there's no effort. Or if you have an area of your house that's very far from the house and electric's not going to work, the gas powered's a hassle, this is fantastic. Show them, Guy.
I love it as an edger.
And you've got the wheel that works that as well. I mean, there you go.
Look at it.
I mean, that's a finished edge. That looks great. I mean, could that be easier?
And it rolls on the wheel. That's kind of what guides it.
Yeah, if you stop right there, they're going to see such an amazing difference from where, look at that, from what you already did and from where you didn't get to yet. I mean, that looks nice. And you're doing this on TV and you're really quick.
Hey, listen.
But that's really nice edge.
I own an EARTHWISE trimmer. I bought mine a couple years ago. It's not this one. This one's a little bit nicer than the one I have. But I use it. Every time I cut the grass, I use it first, and I go out and I manicure the yard. I do the edging. I do around the beds, because around garden beds, you want to be really careful. And, you know, a lot of time, like I have mulch and stuff, I don't want to run that over with the mower.
Sure.
So I can do that. It's great for getting rid of weeds. I'm telling you, I only have 700 left. This last time you and I had it, I think we had 3 times the amount that we thought we were gonna go through. People love it. I think what they love is that whether you're a guy or a gal, even your kids, if you're starting to get them to use lawn work, this could be the first power tool because it's very safe. It has a cover over the string, so you're protected. And then it's got the little bumper so you won't hurt your flowers. It doubles as both a regular traditional trimmer and as an edger. And it makes less noise than the gas-powered one. You never have to buy gas. It's energy efficient because it turns off when you let go of the trigger.
Absolutely.
It doesn't idle like a gas-powered one.
Exactly. It's just simply the easiest lawn tool that you're going to use. That you're just going to grab that battery. The battery charges in an hour and 15 minutes. You can get a full charge. So you charge it inside just like you do your cell phone, and you're absolutely going to love this. To know that it's a great edger. I mean, guys doing it. It's got the little wheel on the bottom. You follow that edge. Now, it's not just the edge of the driveway or the walkway and the sidewalk, but also around all those flower beds, that whole perimeter that you have in the front and the backyard. That looks really good.
Not bad.
Now, here's the other really nice things about this. It's completely adjustable. It's got a telescoping little lock right here, so you can make that shorter, or you can. We have it fully extended for Guy and I. We're a little bit taller, so that makes it simple to use for anyone. We also have the helper handle. I mean, it's so light, but that helper handle, same thing. You can slide it up and down so it's at the perfect balance for you when you're holding with two hands. Guy mentioned the safety switch. When I go to pull that trigger, nothing happens. I hit the switch, then the trigger, I'm ready to go. When you let go, it stops. And again, you can't just go back to the trigger. And then the battery. You know, I'm gonna take that battery off for you.
Pops out, slides in the charger.
It's amazing because here's the most important thing. So I've been using mine just for a few minutes, but I still have 4 bars, so full power, and I can always check it by hitting that button right there. Here's the cool thing about lithium ion, and I know we talk about this, but if you've never had one, you're gonna fire up your string trimmer just like we're doing, and you're gonna have that power. Now, normally, or years past, with the regular batteries, that power would fade halfway through. By the time you got done, it was barely doing anything. You are going to get full power with that lithium-ion battery, that 24-volt, the entire time. So right up until the very end, full power, then the battery is going to die. Then you're going to recharge it, and in an hour and 15 minutes, you're going to have a full charge. But you're going to get so much done. You are not going to need to replace the battery and then go back out.
Pete, talk about the actual string and how we load that up, and how do we? Because I know with mine, I actually have to pull the head off and try to extend it by hand. But you don't have to do that with this one, right?
Automatic line feed. So what that means? So for a while, the standard was you would bump it to feed more string out as you needed it. This is going to auto line feed, and right here is a cutter, so that keeps the string from going too long. So you'll see as I pull that out, it can only go that far, and it's going to cut the end off the string. Now you can adjust that cutter between the 11 and the 13-inch diameter path that you're getting with this. So you really have to do nothing.
Peter, there are a lot of people that buy this to cut their grass.
Sure.
And I will tell you that I have a really, really small yard. I live in a small house, and I mean, Pete, you've been to my house. I mean, you can realistically, I can cut the grass.
It wouldn't take long with this.
No, it would take me probably about 15 minutes to cut my entire lawn, because as Peter shows you, when you're doing large areas, you just kind of do a sweeping motion.
It just floats over the grass.
Yeah, look at that.
I mean, it is incredibly lightweight when you're doing this. But again, these could be tall weeds. This could be in the hard-to-reach places. It could be all the detail work around the mailbox. I mean, that is amazing what you can do with this, and it is so simple. But listen to that power.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's incredible. Battery operated.
And like, if you need to get around, like if you have decorative stuff, see over here, we've got decorative stuff.
Go ahead, you take over.
I can actually put the bumper down.
Yes.
So now I won't run into anything.
Right, so if the bumper goes against the posts on those solar lights, you know that the string is not going to reach that. So if it is delicate plants and flowers, I mean, that's why you want a string trimmer, to do all that detail work, and this allows you to do it. And Guy, that's another great area where you can flip that over to that edger.
Yep.
And even using that edger along this you just did it with the string trimmer, but now as I come back with that edger, sorry, Guy, if I'm getting you.
That's all right, we're working together
It
here.
really defines that edge so nicely. I know it's a little bit hard to see because we're way back here.
Yeah.
But again, this is what you want a string trimmer for, to do all that detail work, to do the work that if you had to do it by hand, you either wouldn't do, or it would take so long. And you can do it without damaging plants and flowers, and without damaging, even if it's the mailbox post and things like that.
Right.
But this is so powerful. Guy, I want to keep using this because I want to see if I can even get this to drop drop down to 3 bars because the power is incredible. And the amount of time that you have to use this with full power is also really impressive. I mean, it is such a great way to go. So if you haven't gone cordless, and you know why a lot of us haven't gone to the battery operated, is because when it first, came out, they weren't as powerful as they are now. They didn't last as long, and they were very expensive. So we have, I think, a great value on which is the coolest string trimmer.
They're about the same price, if not cheaper, than the gas-powered ones.
Oh, this is much cheaper now.
The gas-powered ones are a pain in the neck. Trust me, like I said, I had 2. And what happened was with mine is that you've got to add gas and like an oil mixture inside there. Sure. It's a lot of work. With this, what I love about it is as soon as I pull the trigger, it turns on. As soon as I let go of the trigger, it turns off. I don't have to worry about the string. The string automatically, increases them as much as you need and automatically cuts it off. So there's no fiddling around with that. I know I'm going to get about on mine at home. I get about 30 minutes, and you'll get about 25 to 30 minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
On a charge on this, and then what you do is you just bring it back in for another hour and charge it again, and you could just go on and on and on. For most people, I find, because listen, I mean, if you've got 5 acres of property, you probably have somebody doing that work for you. But if you're doing it yourself, and you got a yard that's in, whatever, and you're doing trimming or a garden, this is the perfect tool to have.
Yeah, and I can tell you, I know, Father's Day is not too far away, and to get something like this, it's incredible. So if Dad is the one doing the yard work, I know that he's gonna love this, because I think maybe we've shied away from these. So if you looked at one in the past and you remember thinking, well, I don't know if it's gonna have the same power, but you're already over and tired of the hassle of dealing with the gas and oil. And most importantly, Guy, with the gas units, is starting it up. So you're never gonna have to worry about starting it again. This is instant. There you can see, you charge it up like you do your cell phone. It's super easy. But I think just hearing that, that's all you have to hear. I mean, if you weren't seeing us and I told you it was gas-powered, you may not know the difference if you didn't hear the motor idling, right, when you're done. I mean, it's unbelievable, the power that you get and how well it works, that automatic feed, how it has that protection on there so you're not going to damage plants and flowers. But I'm trying to really dig into this deep grass. You can see how well it works. So for those of us who have the weeds that'll build up in the back areas in the corner of your yard, you're going to head out there and tackle it with this. It is so lightweight, so anyone can use this for sure. Today is a good day to get it because we are offering it on free shipping and handling. We don't get to do that very often. And it's on FlexPay too, so get it home for a fraction of the price. I can't read the FlexPay. I think it says $24.39. That's also, they put it on 5Flex, a great deal. And check out some of the other stuff because we've got other stuff from EARTHWISE that also has free shipping. You get a 2-year warranty on this guy. You're going to have it year after year. I've had my EARTHWISE trimmer for 2.5 years now, and the only thing I've ever had to do is I buy more. I have to buy more string for it once in a while, but that's it. There's no maintenance. You don't have to oil this thing. You don't have to gas it. You don't have to do nothing. I mean, I don't even clean it. I just throw it back in the shed when I'm done with it. It's perfect. It does such a great job. So I was trying to run it into that heavy grass to see if I could get 1 bar to go down off here. So I think in the amount that I've done, I probably could have done this whole thing. So I've got it down to 3 bars. Mine too. Mine's at about 3, and we've been working about 10 minutes. Right. So I have certainly, 3 times. And remember, the power's not going to go down. You're not seeing any decrease in that power. Lithium ion, it's that smooth delivery of full power. I have a rechargeable blower. Yeah. When it goes out, it slows. Yeah, and I'm like, I wish it would just stay full power until it turned off. That's what you're going to recognize with this right away. Yeah. It'll be full power. I wish we had time to completely drain the battery because you will hear it. It'll be just like this, and then it'll just stop, and that's it. But you don't have, work where half the work is not the same as when you started. It's going to be amazing. Lightweight, that 24-volt lithium ion is tremendous. It's the power. Sweet spot, right? It's really the sweet spot. It says everything you want. Yeah. And 2-in-1, I love that it's the edger. How much does it weigh, Pete, again? 5 pounds? Yeah, okay. So if you're a woman, you're living home alone and you're worried that you can't do your own work, yes, you can. Or a guy, whatever. If you're getting older and you think, oh, I don't want to have a big, giant power tool dealing with that, it's only 5 pounds, so you can probably handle this, guys or gals. As I said, even your kids, if they're at the age where you're allowing them to start helping with the yard, this is a real simple tool to use. It's not like gas-powered, which can be dangerous. Always watch your fingers. Always wear your protective eyewear, no matter what, just to be on the safe side. But I will tell you, look at that, Peter. I mean,
Why
look
don't
at
you
this
come to
whole
my house and
area.
cut my grass. All right. We saved something real special for the end of the show. Last time Peter and I presented this, people went crazy. It's that time of year, and if you're looking for the manicured look for your property, and you want something that is simple and easy to use, totally cordless, in fact, it only weighs about 5 pounds, then you need our EARTHWISE 24-volt string trimmer. These are fantastic. Thank you, Peter. Because, like I said, anybody can handle these. They're adjustable. They have an adjustable handle for comfort, adjustable cutting width, but I think what people love about it is that it automatically feeds the line to the trimmer, so you never have to deal with that. Here's what I love about it is that normally with a trimmer, you're tethered to a cord. This has no gas. There's no electricity. I'm good to go. I got my glasses on. Thank you, Meredith. This is, I believe, the only airing today, and I believe also it's on free shipping. Today's the day to buy it, and a 24-volt means you're going to get at least about 30 minutes worth of run time on this, which is usually plenty for people to be able to trim. I just think, Peter, this thing is brilliant. I love cordless.
Well, I just think right away, if you're listening just on your television and you hear the sound of that, I mean, I think right away you're thinking, how can that possibly be battery operated? Not only do you hear the sound of the power of it, but as Guy goes through that grass, I mean, there's almost no difference in my experience, Guy, between this super lightweight, completely cordless, battery operated string